going on.
Thank you so much.
Pay like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. I'm Mike Babcock with my guys, Mojo Muhtadi, Lucas Widman, Edward Lewis. Fellas, we're going to start with the biggest story in the sports world right now. One of the greatest football players of all time turned one of the most influential people in sports broadcasting, Shannon Sharpe, who has been sued for $50 million by a former girlfriend who claims that Shannon, on multiple occasions, raped her. Now, this is a story that we covered yesterday on the website. We did not talk about it on the TMZ Sports show. Between yesterday's initial story and today, guys, as we sit here Tuesday afternoon and we film the show, a lot has happened. There have been a lot of developments, namely an audio tape that TMZ Sports broke this morning on our website that seems to show, and now this is coming from the accuser's attorney, who happens to be Tony Buzbee, the famed attorney from Houston. He has released an audio tape, a phone conversation, guys, that seems to show Shannon Sharpe allegedly threatening to choke the woman who has accused him of rape. Without further ado, here is that phone conversation.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just going to get mad at and you're just going to hang up on me. So I feel like...
I'm not going to hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a to me now, so.
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Wow. So there it is. Obviously, it sounds like Shannon, and this is coming from, again, Buzbee, who represents the woman who has sued Shannon Sharpe here. It clearly seems that Shannon says, hey, I am going to choke you now. Could there be another interpretation of what was said, of the nature of their relationship? Sure, I suppose so. But again, on that tape, you seem to hear Shannon Sharpe allegedly threatening to choke her next time he sees her. And this is really, there are explosive claims here. I mean, we're talking about something incredibly serious. It's not a criminal charge. It's a civil lawsuit. Still, an incredibly serious allegation with a lot of money on the line, guys.
And shortly after this audio was released, Shannon Sharpe's legal team said, we are going to address this on Shannon Sharpe's social media. And, everyone was waiting for that. And when it came out, it was Shannon Sharpe actually going back to the original allegations that were filed in this lawsuit. He did not touch up on the audio that we released about an hour prior. And what he did say is that this whole situation is a shakedown. And he actually pointed the finger at Tony Buzbee.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Wow. So Shannon clearly, again, like Lucas said, he does not address the phone call, does address this alleged sex tape, and actually asks Busby to release the entire tape. 10 minutes long, he says it is. Now, obviously, Shannon has made this very clear. He believes that he is being targeted by Busby because he is a successful black man. Like we said, he brought up the Jay-Z allegations where Tony Busby was representing a woman who claimed that she had been sexually assaulted by both Jay-Z and Diddy many, many years ago. And Shannon pointing to that case and saying, hey, look, I'm just the latest successful black guy that Busby has chosen to go after here. He also says, Ed, that he is going with his attorney, and Lanny Davis, and Ed will talk about that in just a second here, but that they are actually going to file a defamation lawsuit against the woman. Now, there is a lot of stuff going on here with Shannon Sharpe. He's got, we said, an incredibly successful broadcasting career, and just a couple of days before this lawsuit came to light, we actually read stories that Shannon Sharpe was in the middle of a negotiation that could be worth upwards of $100 million for his incredibly successful podcast here. And I think Ed in a second might tell us that Lanny Davis and Shannon Sharpe's team actually believe that that's no coincidence. He was talking about a big money deal, and then this woman comes out with this lawsuit. So this is a really complicated case, Edward, and I think it's very clear from what Shannon said there that they are not going to take this lying down and that they are, in fact, fighting back.
Yeah, Lanny spoke with media for roughly half an hour on a news conference or a teleconference just minutes after Sharpe released his statement. And he shed light on basically everything Shannon didn't, and the stuff that he did address from Sharpe's perspective, he shed even more light on. So for starters, the $100 million podcast deal or whatever you want to call it, show deal, he did, as you said, intimate that he does not believe that that was a coincidence, that she filed this lawsuit around the same time that those talks were swirling. As for the audio, he did acknowledge that it appeared to be Sharpe, but he said, quote unquote, he believes his client spoke in the heat of the moment and did not literally mean the words. I guess his sentiment was when you tell your buddy you're mad at him, I'm going to kill you. That was more of what he said. That was the sentiment behind his talk there. As for the video, he is adamant that this video is going to come out. He says it's a when and not an if. It appears to be some sort of sexual encounter between Sharpe and his accuser that they are adamant is completely edited and appears to show Sharpe in some sort of negative light. Again, we haven't seen it, and as far as I know, nobody outside of Sharpe's legal team and obviously the accuser's legal team has seen it. But again, Lanny was adamant that that is going to come out. Now, perhaps what dwarfs all of that is what we're about to play here. Lanny said he made a significant offer to Sharpe's accuser to settle this case before it went public. And I think the number might surprise you. Take a listen.
Yes, there was a settlement offer made by Mr. Sharpe. I will only generally say to you that it was in the tens of millions of dollars demanded by the plaintiff in return for her silence. That's under any definition commonly understood. That is blackmail. And Mr. Sharpe was willing to pay an amount in the tens of millions of dollars, but no final agreement could be reached. And we thought we were still in the middle of discussions when, without warning, the mediator, who's a retired judge, ourselves as lawyers, without any prior warning, still thinking that we were close to a final agreement, the plaintiff and her lawyer from Houston filed a case in Texas publicly accusing my client of lies and willful, harmful lies by using the rape word when it was she knows, 100% knows, and the evidence will show that she knew that this was entirely consensual.
So he said tens of millions of dollars, and that number struck so many of us on the call. Myself and actually I think two other journalists asked, did you say tens of millions of dollars? He repeated over and over again, and eventually he said, well, it might only be 10 million. And he said we can positively write that it was at least a $10 million offer to his accuser. So that's kind of where things stand right now. That is a lot of money. I don't think we've ever heard that kind of number being thrown around in a case like this or in a case like any of these.
You know, I agree, Ed. And to hear, and you know how it goes, Mojo, when people hear that someone's willing to settle, I think they wrongly a lot of times assume that that means that somebody is admitting to having done something wrong. Sometimes there's just a payout made where a client and an attorney will get together and say, hey, it's probably better that we just avoid all of the bad press and going through court, and we just settle this thing away from everybody's eyes. But a $10 million payout, Mojo, that is a massive amount of money for Shannon Sharpe to offer. And I am shocked, and who am I to question Lanny Davis, who has represented some of the most famous and successful people in the world. But Mojo, it seems shocking to me that they actually admitted that they made a $10 million, at least a $10 million offer here.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness, there's obviously a lot to unpack here, and what we have on the table now seems like we got a lot more that's going to be coming out in the days or maybe even the hours to come. Again, they're talking about little clips, and there's 10-minute clips that might be coming. That could entirely change the game here. Without standing on either side of this fence here, just kind of looking at the evidence on hand, you do start to draw some assumptions here. I mean, at least for Shannon Sharpe, offering 10, potentially maybe up to $20 million, just hearing how that conversation went. You obviously had something that you didn't want out there. I would say that isn't necessarily an admission of guilt at all. I mean, we're talking about a guy that makes a lot of money. Even if this was consensual, but maybe inappropriate in a lot of circles, I mean, this guy stands to lose a lot more than $10 million in sponsorships and job opportunities and all of these things. So paying that money, of course, you don't want to if you feel that you're innocent. It is the lesser of two evils to avoid all the public embarrassment, humiliation, and loss of employment coming up. So there's that side of it. Who knows if a settlement's even on the table? If all this is going to come out anyways, maybe he's going to withdraw that offer. It's not on the table anymore. It's an all or nothing thing because he's too far in at this point. He's too deep, and this is already going to affect his future. So, I mean, this thing could get uglier before it gets cleaner and turn into an all or nothing kind of situation.
Up next, Shaquille O'Neal has a bathroom emergency while on television. The hilarious footage is coming your way next on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, you know what they say, when you gotta go, you got to go. It does not matter if you're on live television or not. And Shaquille O'Neal, he faced that problem last night, Mojo. This was after the Clippers and Nuggets game. Clippers win the game, tie the series 1-1. Guys breaking down what happened on the floor. And Shaq said, hey, guys, I'll be back. Take a look.
To make the other thing about Kawhi is, you know, you all right, big fella? You all right? No. Catching a cramp?
Go ahead. Keep talking, Chuck.
Yeah, we're on TV.
I know what we're doing. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's that olive oil you've been drinking.
I know.
Hey, take some matches with you. Hey, listen, he couldn't hold it.
He can't hold it.
After 40, he can't hold it no more.
That's at first.
He can't hold it.
Unless he's got something. That wasn't something planned, was it?
No,
that was not planned.
Hey, listen, he was in the back talking about he's going to drink alcohol to clear up his
No, he's been drinking the olive oil. You know what?
Olive oil to clean his gut. It's cleaning his gut, all right.
I did not like his gait as he left. That was not a typical walk right there.
Here he is.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that face before.
Serious look.
I can feel it. Now he's limping.
There was the gate. There's like number one, drinking that water.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen, man.
Drinking that water. Drinking that water, huh?
Chuck, stop talking so damn much. What you mean? Finish your point so we can go to break.
We waiting on you, fool.
There it was.
God, can we zoom in on Shaq's eyes as he's standing up to go leave for the bathroom?
Yeah.
I think you guys got this story wrong. He had to leave to go to the bathroom. Look at that, right there. I would argue that it was already too late, that he already went at least a little bit. Shaq's a big guy. I'm sure there was a lot more, but I'm going to argue that he gambled on something and he lost that gamble and he needed to get the hell out of there. Trying new dietary methods is a risky thing to do when you have a broadcast or a sporting competition upcoming. I mean, I would recommend doing these kind of things after work when it's way less risky. But I gotta say, Babcock, is there a group of commentators that have more fun than these guys? Besides us, that is, because I mean, I feel like these guys are always up to something hilarious.
Some more troubling news surrounding former NFL wideout Justin Blackmon. The latest arrest details for a man who was once a 5th overall pick in the NFL draft, when TMZ Sports comes back right after this. Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. Mojo, we're going to move on to a troubling story involving an incredibly talented football player who fortunately did not have the career that most people expected for him. We're talking about Justin Blackmon. Justin Blackmon, who years ago, Mojo, was in 2012 the 5th overall pick in the NFL draft. That's how talented of a wideout that Justin was. But had trouble from almost the moment he got into the league, Mojo. And now out of the league for years, still unfortunately getting in trouble. Saturday early morning around 1:30, Mojo, he was arrested for public intoxication. Now, police at Oklahoma State University, where Justin starred a decade or so ago, found him laying on the floor, essentially passed out, Mojo. They arrested him again for public intoxication. Now, adding insult to injury, Mojo, and people said this when they saw the mugshot of Justin. There's the mugshot. Now, again, this guy was a lean, mean wide receiver as a football player. Everyone commenting, especially on social media, about how, I mean, look at him as a player, Mojo. You can see he seems to be a lot bigger than he was just a couple of years ago. And now, Mojo, we're learning that the police made multiple mentions of his size and weight in the police report, Mojo. So they noted that they could not fit Justin in a single pair of handcuffs, that they had to use 2 cuffs, Mojo, because his hands could not fit behind his back. And even more so, they said that they had to call another squad car in, Mojo, something like an SUV, because they could not fit him in the back of the regular police car. They listed him in the police report as being 6'2", 230 pounds. That's only 20 pounds heavier than he was as a player. But Mojo, I'm thinking they looked at his license and that his license listed him at 230 pounds. I would venture a guess that Justin, at this point, seems to be much bigger than 230 pounds. Anyway, doesn't really matter, Mojo. It's just something that a lot of people had kind of glommed onto. Bottom line is, you hope this guy who has had a lot of issues over the years, multiple arrests, you see all the mugshots there, Mojo. I mean, I count on here at least 6 arrests. You hope the guy's okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, what a wild story. First of all, that mugshot doesn't even look like him. I mean, look at the difference from when he was playing until now. It looks like 2 completely different people. I mean, you find somebody asleep face down on the ground, that's obviously a cause for concern sometimes. I mean, look, some people go out and party and, maybe fall asleep at home, but when you're doing it in public, that becomes a problem, and obviously you're going to be breaking the law when you do it. The fitting in the cop car thing, that is weird to me. I mean, I think you're right. I think they must have just been going off of what was listed on his license. Yeah. I mean, in my license photo, I don't even have hair in it. I was small buzz cut from years back. So, I mean, I definitely can appreciate that side of it. But, I mean, this is a completely different thing. 6'2", 230, you can absolutely fit in pretty much any cop car at 6'2", 230. Not being able to get your shoulders behind your back, especially this week, I can certainly appreciate that one of all factors. Guys got tight shoulders. People that played contact sports, that played pro football, college football, they've taken a lot of shots to the shoulder. So the mobility issue there, that's not surprising to me. I would believe that really from just about any athlete. But yes, something's not adding up on the weight category. Either way, really troubling to see. I hope the guy's okay and going to get the help he needs. Looks like he's had a rough stretch.
Everyone's still talking about John Cena's win at WrestleMania 41. Well, add Flava Flav to that list. The hip-hop legend had a front row seat in Las Vegas, and he'll tell us all about Cena's historic moment next. on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mojo, everybody's still talking about John Cena's record-setting performance at WrestleMania 41, including the great Flava Flav, Mojo, who was ringside for the historic moment. We spoke with Flav a little bit earlier today, Mojo.
Oh, my God. It was so phenomenal. It was so exciting. And I'm watching the look on my kids' faces, man, too, you know, when their favorite wrestlers came out. Oh, but it got crazy when my boy John Cena came out.
What do you think of John Cena portraying the bad guy now?
Hey, yo, check this out. I feel that this is his time, man. This is his time. He put a lot of work in for years. You know what I'm saying? And he deserves a good last go-around.
Absolutely. I agree with that, Flava Flav. I concur with your assessment, sir. The last time is now. There's got to be some sort of irony to that, talking about a guy who wears a clock around his neck all the time. With this being
If anybody knows, Mojo, if anyone knows, it's Flav.
Exactly. Guy always knows what time it is. That's Cena's thing now. He's announcing how many dates are left, letting people know, like, this is it. And I agree, with decades of experience, decades being the top of the game, the last hurrah, yeah, I was all for Team Cena in WrestleMania this year, giving him the big win, sending him out the right way. I can't wait to see how this year is going to go. I can't wait to see how it all ends. I mean, I'm still waiting for good guys John Cena. That's who we all know and love. I'll admit I'm having a little bit of fun with the bad guy, John Cena. I mean, that promo he cut yesterday on Raw was fantastic. We all wondered what it was going to look like, and now we're getting all of our questions answered, and it's fun to see Flava Flav really fanboy out here with him and his family. Not surprised. I mean, that dude definitely knows sports entertainment.
All right, Mojo, we are out of time. We got a big show planned for tomorrow, Mojo. It's going to be great.
On a Shaq here, Mike Babcock. I'll see y'all tomorrow. It'll be the best show since today. I gotta go.
I'm a lawyer.